and start our stream to Better Done Right. Will not be able to monitor YouTube chat today, unfortunately, but that should be okay. And then to be nice, let's lurk on my brother here. Alrighty, nothing more to monitor here. Let's walk the backyard. I think we're finally ready to get started. It's been a few hours, honestly, of prep work, getting everything thoroughly tested. This is the first go live of a proper remote stream for me. So if anybody's dropped in already, we're just getting set up. There's a few things to get put together here. Let's see what auto exposure is going to think here. It's not amazing. Let's make a new custom white balance profile, I think. We're going to be more in the cloudy realm. Let's take a look at 6,000 here. Auto ISO is way off, so we may adjust a few times throughout the day because I can't quite get that to meter correctly. If anybody is in chat already, I haven't been able to look at chat quite yet, and I'm hoping that it loads any past messages once I do get in there. Exposure mode, I think we need our metering mode. To drop spot metering. And we're still set, so let's see what auto does again. Still much too bright to my eye, so we're going to stick to that. We are wide open on the TT Artisan 90mm f 1.25. I guess we could drop another stop, another third stop. That looks reasonable. I think we can kind of get started with that. Alrighty. So we are remote mic'd and we are remote streaming. So I'm trying to get a little setup going for the microphone. To where I don't have to wear it, because this mic is the stronger of the two wireless ones that I have, but it's really awful to wear if you just have a t-shirt. So I'm going to set the mic kind of out here near where we're going to work, and you'll see me start getting everything prepped here. There is a chance of rain, so we're going to kind of play that by ear and see how that goes. But yeah, this will be a little bit of ambience. Getting started, I need to build a wood, like a firewood holder. And then we're going to get to splitting some wood here, and we're going to build a little fire to keep warm. Should be fun. Unfortunately, Twitch is pretty ridiculous with the chat. It'll, like, if you're not physically watching chat, it won't show up for you, or it won't update any missed chats. So I guess I'll have to keep the phone open so I can monitor this. That's okay, I've got a portable battery if I need it. I am trying to monitor my own audio right now, and with this intense delay, I'm trying to get a peek at if it's working or not. I'm thinking it's not. At least not by my preview. And we are transmitting audio. It says we're still transmitting video. For whatever reason. Oh, okay, so you can see my stream. I can't preview my stream, apparently, Autumn. That's ridiculous. Let me restart the app, because it says... Well, maybe I'll pause and play. Okay, I can't pause. Yeah, my preview window's bugged. Restarting here. Thank you, Twitch. Make it too difficult, I'm going to switch over and monitor on YouTube. Okay, you can see and hear me just fine. Well, that's nice. Maybe I'm on the edge of my Wi-Fi and I just can't see my own stream. A little bit of a bummer. I was kind of relying on that. Hi, Shala. How are you? Welcome in. We are getting set up, obviously, by the little board we have going. Yes, we are outside. Sorry for the auto mod. Shala says, oh, probably shit. Yeah, oh shit, we are outside. I need to turn down the auto mod. I have no problem with swearing here. I'm currently trying to preview my own damn stream, and either Twitch is being a pain or my Wi-Fi is being a problem. But I'm able to see chat, and luckily you guys are letting me know that you can hear me and everything. Right, so I'm on that screen, and that's where I'm seeing chat from, but my little preview window to view chat is actually bugged. It just shows the pause icon, and I can't even pause it. The one on the bottom there, I just set up the multitask view on my phone, and that's YouTube. So YouTube seems to be working. So I think we're going to preview my stream on YouTube and preview the Twitch chat on Twitch. So I know this is way out of focus, but oh, it finally loaded. Look at you, Twitch. Way to go, man. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to pause the YouTube side. Yes, you were the good luck. Thank you very much. Alrighty, yes, Shala, we are outside. We're going to be splitting some wood for fun today. We're going to have, my wife and I are hosting a Halloween party, and that is my pretext for splitting some wood. We're going to ignore the fact that I probably have 2 to 3 pallets of wood split already, because I absolutely love splitting wood. But yeah, that's the pretext that nobody should know. We need this firewood for Halloween, for party, for bonfire outside. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to set up a firewood holder. I'm kind of blanking on the name of that. I've got some big old stumps that I've never tried splitting before. Are we going for the lumberjack TikTok guy? I don't think there's any going for him beyond the fact that, you know, all the emotions that I feel when I watch that guy. Holy. But, yeah, I think, yeah, minus the suspenders. Well, yeah, and the tattoos and the nice facial hair and the build and the yeah, I digress. But he did, I think I would say he inspired me to get my first splitting axe and actually start having fun with this. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to try to keep the chat open. I was telling Autumn earlier how silly the chat monitoring is, so hopefully that works. There is some rain coming in, so we'll kind of play that by ear, but we should be able to get started here. So Mike is going away for a bit. We'll just hear the ambience. Enjoy your brunch, Shala. Thanks for tapping me up. too as well. Tapped up. Helps the numbers. Gain is super quiet. Got you guys. Got the gain turned back up. So hopefully that won't be too bad. Cool, they supply the tools I need. I was pretty worried about that. Don't know what this netting is. Maybe I can use the instructions to start this fire in a minute. YouTube audio delay, or stream delay, is kind of working for me. I can spit out a sentence or two before the delay catches up. I hear myself. Actually monitoring audio on my phone a little bit low, so it may be a touch high later, but for now I can talk to the camera from a distance. Press my knife. That would because it was in my pocket. So I'm always thinking about how I can basically make a YouTube video at the same time that I am streaming, but I just haven't done anything with the VODs yet to actually make videos. distance away from me. Set out the mum that we got a week or two ago. Looks nice. Oh, check chat. Autumn, I might be interested, honestly. That would be the weird skill for me to outsource because that's like my main skill and I do that for other people. But maybe that could all work out. Okay, so short bolts. Oh, that's what these are for. I think step one, this little thing is to go across. Oh, the mum looks amazing in the corner there. Sounds good, Autumn. Why? It auto-modded for I'll hit you. Yeah, I hope you hit me up. Hockey sticks. Yeah, I'm actually planning on making either a channel or a series of videos using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So it might be a good time to get you on that. If you haven't gotten, like, if you're not stuck in another software mindset. Yeah, that could actually, that could help me out. So I'll put some thought to that. That's honestly, I already have put some thought to it. You have crossed my mind for something like that. But seeing that you're interested kind of pushes things forward a little bit, so that's cool. Yeah, you might see if Resolve is on Linux. If it is, we've got a good thing going here. Okay, so I need the short bolts. Actually, let me do the long sides first. And honestly, for the editing, I would be asking for any Linux-based editor. Would be fine, dude. Probably wouldn't have to do too much. Nothing crazy. And then between the two of us and my studio version of resolve, I can leverage some of the subtitle features and the AI stuff if I needed. And we could just throw rough cuts back and forth. Hell, we could even set up a Rust desk server so we get like self-hosted performance and then use it like a little NAS. And I can upload files to that. Oh shit. We're figuring it out already. So... It's nice hearing the birds in the background, because I actually can't hear them with these earbuds in to monitor audio. Okay. So how are they saying this between the two? Okay. Sounds good, Autumn. I wish I could time it, like know when you were coming back with the headphones, so I could just pretend that I was like midway through like a full-time editing job proposal that was like make or break. Just freak you out for a second, like, whoa, I said I was going. My little preview stopped. There we go. Welcome back. I definitely wasn't saying anything while you were gone. There's nothing to worry about. So, I've run into the ever-present problem of I bought a cheap thing, so therefore it is cheaply made. Terribly impressed with the quality of this holder, but that's okay. I could just roll this on the back here, and that wouldn't put so much torque there. I should have taken a little more time and gotten some power tools. Would have made this a lot easier. Just the littlest wrench I've ever seen. This isn't even baby sized. Man, I have to hear that squirrel twice, but with a massive delay. That sucks. These outer parts. Goes up there. Wish there wasn't so much traffic noise. But that is weekends during the day. I thought it was a weird bird at first. Yeah, no, that is a gray squirrel. Rats with tails. Furry tails. Maybe I should have said it. Maybe I should have said it was a weird bird. That is a toucan, imitating a oat-chested flutterby. Some delivery vehicle. You're gonna hear some beeping for a little while. Apologies. But we're making progress on this wood stand. Just did. Oh, now I can hear the beeping so many more times.
Guys have dropped a washer. Worst nightmare for a second there.
Which way to say?
This is kind of a rickety thing to build. So
Oh, that's kind of holding it up for me now.
riveting string content, I know.
Why do I have so many washers? Did I miss something? Two there. Oh, you want that between. I don't know if I want to do that. I do love the physical prop and how it's just kind of like hanging out there. Oh, I think I need to stop apologizing for the background noise, because that's going to be a whole stream. Keep it up. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm really thinking practical is best. Anytime I can manage it or come up with a way to do it, I think it really adds more. And I could literally render shit. I can model things, I can render stuff. That's what I've always done for my little intros and tile sequences. But you can't quite simulate reality. Something real, so much easier to just make it. It has infinite value compared to a digital representation. I had to undo a step. Redo it. Now we've made some progress there. You guys can't hear me very well. I see junk in chat. Can't quite let go of what I'm doing at the moment. I'll come over to see you in just a second, sir. Need to install another washer and nut. Oh, you want to see my commercials? Maybe I'll make, Junk, do you want a commercial? Should we work together and I'll make you a commercial somehow? That would be fun. I thought of doing, editing channel trailers, like how you can have a 1-minute channel trailer on Twitch. I thought of editing those for people. Ah, you can do voices. It's fascinating how many people I meet that I like that can do voices. It's like I just know. Okay, we'll leave that side loose. I just moved the mic over. Now we're gonna go to this other side. Another voice doer. It's like the original streamer that I started following. I started following because they do voices. Aw, Junk, you're so sweet. He's cool. So almost cool. I'll take almost cool. Needs some work. Ah, cool. The framing looks good. I'm not quite blocked by the plant I put in frame. That is true, but at least you're in the States, and you're in a pretty cool state at that. So it's not impossible. A beer and lobster sounds pretty good, or crab, or some kind of seafood that I don't get to enjoy as much out here. Okay guys, we're down to the last 2 2 volts. I appreciate that they gave me some spare nuts and bolts in case I dropped me like I did. I don't think you have asked. I live in the Midwest. That's about as accurate as I tell people, live at least. So it'd be a decent day's drive, but probably more like 2 days. That's so true, Autumn. Everybody lives so far, except for Stargazer's not too far. Probably end up visiting her. She lives near some friends of mine currently, so might get to meet up one day. The bladder of a giant. Dude, you must. You really don't. I mean, you say you're going to take a break, and then it's like another 4 hours. And then you're like, okay, now I'm actually going to take a break. And then it's like another 20 minutes. I do not have the bladder of a giant. You might have seen the water bottle that I unboxed yesterday. And I got a massive one, so I don't have to fill it up. Well, I didn't really consider the other end of that equation. And yeah, I haven't figured that out. Bong Scoppy, welcome in. Of course you're waiting. What? I'm just in the background. Yeah, I haven't talked to Star recently, but I know mid-month she needed a break. I've seen her a little bit in another Discord we're part of, so she's still around, still chatting with peeps. She just got burnt out on the Twitch stuff. Totally understand. How are you, Bongskoppy? Bong, I can't just reveal everything. I have to be somewhat elusive. I can't just give all this just incredible content away. You guys have to get Blurry Declan for much longer than I thought it was going to take, but oh well. Glad to hear you're doing good, Bong. I'm doing well. We're doing what I meant to do last night, and I had so many technical issues I couldn't get it working. So we did a different stream instead. But now we're getting to it. What do you mean I need to take a break from games? Man, burnout is rough. It sneaks up on you, and you don't notice what the cause is until you really do some deep introspection. I regularly burn out at work, and I've sometimes it takes professional help to really help you figure out stuff like that. So if you ever get the chance, professional help can help. No feet. I can show you my boot. Size 10.5. Size 45 euro. Yeah, Bong, you're not just gonna swoop in here and take Autumn's place. No way. And that's funny about your partner, Autumn, saying it's not the midnight stream. That's so true. It was only 10 o'clock for you, though. 10.5. How are your new boots, Junk? Have they broken in well? Remember you got them... I think did you get them replaced? You sent them back because the sole came off or something like that? Oh my god, Bong. So true, though. Still so proud of you. It's hard to do things like that. Leave things that are hurting you. Or the things that aren't working out perfectly well. So good on you. Got $8 boots? Hang on, I need to read this a bit closer. Oh, Bong's copy. We're making a wood rack at the moment. I wanted to do it before stream, but I decided to go with live early. Get the all bean boots for $8. Okay, so was that a deal where, like, you just had to pay the shipping or something? That's pretty cool. I need to see those. Can you, if you're comfortable, DM them to me on Discord? I promise I won't pretend that I made them. That would be funny though if I just... Oh, you made emojis! Oh my gosh. That is adorable. I should ask this in your stream, but I'll ask now. How did you come about with the cow theme? Beyond the fact that they're adorable, wonderful creatures. Audio's been sounding good for a while. I think I can... Oh, sorry. You guys fell over. I'm going to quickly take my headphones out before I have to hear that. Haha, now you guys just hear that. Okay. Let's play that again. Oh no, we're going to have an audio loop. How do I... first, we're going to like my stream on YouTube. But I guess we'll just turn my volume off. Autumn says... Oh shit, speaking of oh, the display you set up last night. Send them. I will check those out as soon as I can. Okay. That is reason enough, Bong. You love cows, therefore cow theme. Totally acceptable. It is okay to love things. You're good. Autumn, don't change the way you speak. For the auto mod, I will read it for you. Fuck the auto mod. I'll get it tuned eventually. I just have weird priorities. Like building a firewood rack in a blurry background of a beautiful autumn scene. Alright. Guys, we've almost done it. Watch me stand up and realize I built this upside down or some shit. Dressing up as a cow for Halloween. That's amazing. So I'm going to be Johnny Bravo for Halloween. And my wife is going to be Shigo. So I'll leave it there. There's some probably shouldn't say those things. So Autumn, maybe you can be a voice coach for me, but I was gonna do one of my normal Valheim streams, but dressed as Johnny Bravo, and I was gonna try to stay in character for the majority of it, and my wife had some really funny ideas related to that. So I have seen very little Johnny Bravo, so I'm going to kind of lean on other people to give me an idea of what things I need to do for the character. And I'll do some research, but I've got other fun things going on too. All right. Awesome, Autumn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are halfway through tightening the very last little bit of these bolts, and then we'll be able to go live or start stream or do other more different things. Free idea for anyone, be the onion from Shrek. It's not a bad idea, no? Bond says I've got 2 neat layers already. Real. That's a funny idea, Junk. I don't know if you guys can hear me this far away from the mic. Okay. That is some degree of success. We're going to get rolling here with the actual fun part. I did forget to get some paper to start the fire with, so we're going to burn the instructions for this wood rack and hope that is enough. My kindling, let me take the mic with me. My kindling is, you know, I usually catch myself a little bit, or I don't, but I guess I'll say what I was going to say. Pre-self-moderation. My kindling is a bit wet because it's been raining. I had the foresight to basically put the actual firewood under cover, so that should be good next week because we're still expecting more rain. Oh, we're at 67% battery, that's not bad. So we can probably get a good 4 hours out of that. But the kindling sat out, so I may try to dry some of the kindling as well. Hopefully without starting a fire. So we're going to start setting up. Let me kind of put chat somewhere I can check in on when I'm breathing heavily, recovering from swinging this axe. Yes, you can Everybody's telling me you can hear me? What? You can bully me. It's fine. Everybody does. Being a good kid. Yes. I am a little bit better at self-moderating when Autumn is in chat. That is very true. If my wife is in chat as well, very much the same thing. Have to self-moderate. Bong's also pretty quick to the punch. Junk is. Honestly, all you guys are really good at taking what I would say out of context. You're all very capable. Okay, we turned the mic gain down a little bit. Looking at levels, I think we're going to be too hot. So we're going to turn it down again. Let's go 8 decibels under. Check, check. You know what? That's not enough. Let's do maybe we leave it at 0 and do it on the up here because it's really easy. So that's 30, 27. Let's see about -15. So that's -15 decibels. So I should be able to more or less get on the mic now and kind of hold it, which is kind of the vibe I was going for. All right, guys, we're finally getting started. Let me see if I can focus on the mum. I can. Look at that thing. Here, I can even turn. My screen randomly. Let's do a little focus poll. Stock footage for later. Hey, does anybody need stock footage for their stream? Very autumnal. I got you. It just, you have to play this audio. You have to play this audio with it. Okay, I want to turn about there. So I'm going to guess focus for now, but we're going to move my little stream is starting board and we're going to use it as a focus mark. And then we're going to start assembling the area. So I think we'll focus on that. Oh, really? Perfect. I wouldn't have any other way. Have a good day. Well, that's some good news for my neighbor. At least for us. We like her. Chat's way in the background, so I can't quite get to you guys at the moment. Okay, there is our preview. We're dialed in now on there. And I'll just let that be my focus zone. Dialing in exposure, guys, real quick. I think that should work. Okay, I think we need to do one audio check before we fully go live, but I'll catch up on chat real quick. Girls keep me in check. I'm innocent. Mic sounds good at -15 here. Good deal. Only you can get a, oh yeah. See, I need to learn the character a little bit. For sure. Oh, good. I'm staring at my own ass right now, but the framing's great. So I think we can make this work. My boots have a little orange thing on the bottom. That's cool. Okay, I think we will get started here. Junk says, good ass. Sorry for the auto mod. Cheeked up today. Thank you, Autumn. Appreciate you as always. And we've got decent battery life left on our phone. Okay, I think we can actually do a proper stream intro now. Just gotta remember, focus is way out there. Okay. Oh wait, I wanted to carry my water bottle in to frame. See, you guys get to see all the double takes and everything. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. We are streaming today on Twitch under Fimorth and on YouTube for Better Done Right. We are going to be splitting some wood, and my pretext for this is we're going to have a bonfire and a party come home, which is in a few days here, so I need to get some firewood ready. I have spent a little time in the stream prep building honestly a really cheap, I don't know how long it's going to last, firewood stand. So I don't think we're going to fill that today, but we're going to put something on it. So I have a spot in mind for where I want it to go, and then we have a variety of logs that I need to split, and a couple of them are, I don't know, 200-300 pounds, just enormous rounds that haven't really been curing, so they're going to be really hard work. But I have a little energy that I want to get rid of today. The plan was to do this stream yesterday evening, but I could not get the whole setup running properly, so we're doing it today. So we're going to miss out on the kind of evening vibes I was going for. I was setting up a nice camera with a fast lens so we could get some low light, and just checking exposure. I think we need to drop a couple stops, and then we'll start arranging these things, and we're going to get a little fire going because it's a little bit chilly out. So I think we need to do this on the ND. I think that looks a bit better. That was probably about 2 stops that we dropped. So I'm thinking we're going to kind of work in this area, and then we have the fire up there a little bit, kind of away from the pile of wood we'll make, but also so there's some depth to the shot. I think we can take our little focusing aid off frame now, but I'll keep that in mind as my plane of focus being here, since we're on a manual lens. And I can get a wheelbarrow out, and we can actually start moving some stuff around. Chat's been popping off this morning, which is fun to see. I've got you guys mic'd on my collar now, so wasn't really my preference, but I think it makes sense for a little while here. It's free real estate. Okay. Audio's sounding pretty good, actually. Happy to hear it. I do want to tweak the framing, because why not? You can when it's your show. And we're going to start moving some of these logs. I think I can just throw this, well, if I throw it along the fence, these vines are going to grow into it, and then I'll never deal with the vines. So I think we need to go against the wood, which means I have to move some of these rounds. And I kind of want to keep some of these as benches for the party, because these have actually been curing a little bit better. But I might use some as a stop block. So my little chat stand may have to move. So here's another inside joke with Bongskopi is, fuck you, Ryan. I think I almost got in trouble with that. On another stream I had moderating privileges and just out of left field banned somebody named Ryan as a joke. And the streamer was like, what the hell? But it's fine. I told him it was fine. Me accidentally get in trouble? Never. Okay, I see some kindling that I've saved that'll be nice to use. And I'll pull a wheelbarrow out. Maybe we load the wheelbarrow and then load the wood from there. It's not fit. Okay. Maybe this can be another depth element to the frame. Slightly in frame there. Oh, here's the log I've been using. Okay, that makes sense. So this log has a bunch of chop marks on it from when I tried to make the Matrix spin around shot, which I need to re-edit. I think I can actually position that a little bit more fluidly now. Okay. New water bottle. Water tastes good. Cleaned it well. I know, isn't it? So, the brand on it, because I didn't say it yesterday, is Ealgro, E-A-L-G-R-O. They say some shit about environmental protection, healthy fashion, on a silicone base where the silicone literally never touches any flat surface. I don't know why they have silicone on the bottom. It makes zero sense. But I don't know if they're greenwashing or not. So many brands are these days. Like water good. That was almost my Nosferatu voice. So, Junk, I don't know if you're still in chat, but speaking of voices, when I eventually get some channel redeems and things going, I'll probably have redeems for specific voices that I can do somewhat decently. Hi, Hank. And people can send text for me to read in that voice. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. And also good practice for me. That is a very scary looking spider. Oh, and there's termites. Oh, and there's spiders everywhere. Maybe we will split that log. So, one of my main concerns with the audio today was not Hank, but huffing and puffing into the microphone, because I'm not the most cardio fit, or really fit in any way, person. Wow, this fits perfectly next to the climbing rose. Awesome. That'll actually look pretty good. Maybe the roses can climb on it. That would be good. Well, I haven't started huffing and puffing. You see, that's the thing, Autumn. Once I start swinging a 8-pound splitting maul, you will see. But why don't we work on starting a little... Sorry, that's probably unnecessarily loud. We'll work on starting a little fire here. I am an absolute cheat when it comes to fire starting, so please don't judge me. Got my cheat bucket full of cheat tools right here. I think That might be in focus more there. We'll do that. Okay. So I usually have a bucket with some kindling in it, and that actually goes inside and gets used, gets dried properly. Just title an ASMR stream. No one cares. You know, that's true. Honestly, I should every time because it's such a fun gag to do that, especially every time Bong joins chat. We're always doing some kind of ASMR jokes. But when you got the mic for it, why wouldn't you? Except for the fact that I don't have the room for it. So I didn't bring any paper out this morning. I forgot to help start this fire. So we're going to burn the instructions like real men do. Except I did read the instructions, unlike a real man. So I don't know what to think about that. Again, hopefully this kindling is dry enough. Maybe the solution is just to add a shit ton of it. That's probably not the solution. And then I'll show you my cheatery ways of starting fires. Let's put a little something in there. Oh, damn it. Why isn't that turning in? You guys got gas? A little bit of a false start in that joke. This is map gas. It is extremely hot. And I use it to cheat. Honestly, it's like 5 seconds and then you have lit coals. Autumn, you're familiar with this torch. You've seen all the little clips I've sent you from my video previews. I think even some on the Kuroku Discord have seen it. So I didn't really think about smoke getting into frame and obscuring what the hell we're doing. I also haven't put this fire holder, can't think of the right word, on the rocks that I meant to. That's what the wheelbarrow was for. Because I don't know how hot the base gets. And this was all, it might sound like a made up reason, but it's a little test we can do for the upcoming fire to make sure that today it doesn't burn the grass. Did hear some ASMR coffee slurps the other day. Probably. I don't drink coffee often, but if it was last weekend, I think I might have had some. Okay, so I'm going to walk off frame here and grab some stones that I've been collecting from the front yard. Not like digging them up, I've just been grabbing them. I think 3 decently sized stones should give us an air gap. And as long as it doesn't just like obliterate and burn the grass, I'm okay with it. I don't really care if it kills it this late into the year. I just want that grass to come back next year. And I did think about making a little patio, a round patio in the yard. Almost lost the wheelbarrow there. And then that would be like a little area for the fire pit to go in. But kind of reluctant. It's a halfway decent yard as it is. So we got a little fire going. Now I got to figure out how the heck I'm gonna do this. Let me check framing. This should burn pretty clean once it gets hot. So I guess smoke maybe isn't the huge hugestist. Why am I over here? There goes that thing puffing. Okay. So we did reframe from where that last scene was. Let's go to the live cut. That's not terrible. I think we scoot it off frame though. Just a tiny bit. I think that will be well worth it. So I need about a foot this side so I can at least put a rock beside it. Oh God. And then if I take the ring off, I can drag this up. Remember kids, put the fire holder where the fire holder goes before you start the fire. I might actually prop this all the way. This base is flat, it doesn't have any holes in it, but I'm sure it gets hot. So that's what I'm trying to do here, give it a little bit of ventilation to keep it cool. Okay, should be able to drop this. There. You're fine. And then one more rock, because a four-legged stool never gets level. But a three-legged stool always does. Okay, we might have won. Of course, now it's a little bit taller. Let's reach into the fire. The kindling's gone quick. I think we need some more real quick before I check back on chat. This stuff stayed reasonably dry. I have it off the ground and under a pine tree. So I think it just helps it dry out quicker between rains. I kind of wish I had a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket. Don't want to just fill my yard with twigs after always picking up twigs. Alright, I think we got something winning right there. Check on this again. Let's see what our live view looks like. It's alright. Not a terrible frame. Okay. Our fire's building there. I think I can leave my little cheatery fire starter kit out of frame. Could throw the wheelbarrow there. Kind of fill the frame with something. And that will need a bigger stick soon. This little set of loppers from Fiskars is amazing. You can't cut the biggest things, but you can cut much larger stuff than you'd expect. And for the easy, small stuff, it is effortlessly light and easy to use. So I just keep it in my little kindling bucket so I can break down whatever I need to. All right, that's going good. Let's take our torch apart. There we go. That gas stinks. Yeah, I probably don't want a torch near fire. We'll just go off flame for now. Got our water bottle. I think you might be one frame that I need. Put our water bottle somewhere.
Okay, so now begins the thing that everybody's been waiting for. Some wood chopping. So, microphone's coming off. Well, maybe you guys want to hear me struggle. That might be peak entertainment. We have some oak rounds from the summer, so they're still wet, probably. But I don't care. I like a challenge, I guess. But we also have these giant rounds off camera here. So if I can get this up, there might be a chance we can work on one of these. Okay. That's some success. This one doesn't roll very well. It's a little oblong. God damn it. But we'll let this be the boss fight later. We'll get warmed up. Make sure my aim isn't way off. Okay. I think that's in frame. Here's our boss fight later. This has got to be 3 feet on its longest width. And normally you would need to use a splitting wedge, but I've never had luck with those. Then again, I've only tried to use a splitting wedge on wet lumber. So, I think I've got a solution for that later. But we're going to work on some of these smaller ones. So, wheelbarrow. We've got oak, which might be fun. Why don't we grab some nice ones from over here? That'll clear up this corner of the yard a little bit. The tree trimmers, I think maybe took the sizing of these a little weirdly, because these are like tiny. Once they're split, they'll be like little chunks. So they should split pretty easily even if they are wet. So they're more like pancakes. But I'll grab a few of these. Come on, bugs. You don't want to be on this. There's a longer one. Ooh, there's a big one from the choke cherry. Oh, I'll use that one for splitting on. Maybe we won't cut that one. Let's bring this behind. There we go. That kind of works. The fire's doing good. Let's throw a first log on. Cool. Cool. I need somewhere to put the water bottle. Maybe, I don't know, do people want to sit on these? I guess you could. We don't have a whole lot of chairs spare. So with guests, it might be useful to have some logs to sit on. But I want to put my water bottle in frame. But the one log I saw that would work well for that is gonna get chopped real quick. Another log. Oh, yeah, I always forget things live in these log piles. I should probably pay attention for spiders. Okay, why don't we put our bottle here? Not product placement, it's just pretty. I just realized you guys can hear that when I drink water. That's probably pretty weird. Okay, we'll check frame. Yeah, apologies for the drinking sounds. Dear God. But it looks good. Okay, we're gonna do an audio check here. We're going off mic here, so now it's more ambient. I'll pick you guys up to chat in a little bit from time to time here. Have fun. Okay. Let's try to split this. Let's see if it clips the absolute shit out of the audio. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be really hard. Okay. Should go away. Still. And this is pretty annoying. Ha ha ha. Okay, I think it's good. Good deal. Jesus Christ. I picked the worst log to start on. This is embarrassing. Jesus. Actually, we're starting to crack there. Hit it. Nailed it. That's gonna make some nice firewood. Let's swap to, I guess, the regular axe. I need to learn my axe names. That's a bit better. Ooh, I want to blend this bark. This log though is a tough one.
That's so true about microfiber autumn. They are amazing. She flew. I guess we could have our mic in danger zone here. Weird how that split. Making progress, but god dang. Splitting around the heartwood. The sapwood is decayed and it's splitting off from the heartwood. Woo! That was a good one. Don't know if you guys will be able to see. Just how knotted that is. That is hard to split. Oh, shit. Went a little too hot on that one. Gotta have our props. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I think we need to show it. I'm borrowing you guys for a second. I need to show you this wood grain pattern. As an example of why this is harder to split. Set our little focusing aid back in here. Fire's going nice. Of course, I'm starting to warm up. Just double check battery level. Not quite 50% yet, so we're still doing good. And let me get myself a little preview. There we go. And let me figure out focus. It's about there. Take a look at this grain pattern around this knot where a branch would have been growing, but it has these swirls up through there. That is absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can actually show myself the preview. Right in there. Fucking gorgeous. Those swirl patterns. And then this is the whole log that I was trying to split down the whole middle of it. This is side to side, so the top's on the left here. But it's got all this swirly grain, so it's not very straight grain. Straight grain splits really easily. I think trees that grow faster have straighter grain. But this is, I believe this is white oak, or it may be red oak. But absolutely gorgeous grain patterns there. Lovely. Just had to show you guys that. I think it's starting to rain, or at least drizzle, which I'm not really mad at. I just have to pay attention to what gear I've got out there and whether it's going to get wet or not. But I think we're still doing good on the audio. I never set up a compressor on the OBS side. That would have been a thing to do with the loud, brief sounds we have going, but that's okay. Something to do for next time. Ooh, that fire really kicked off all of a sudden. Nice. Yeah, this is a Solo stove. It is the Yukon from Solo Stove, and it's badass. I was gonna go buy one brand new, which they're expensive. They're stainless steel. And literally that morning, a coworker asked if anybody wanted to buy his old Solo stove, and it was the exact model that I was looking at. I think they say the Yukon is for a crowd of like 6 to 10. So it's really bigger than we need. We don't usually have big groups like that. So it does get quite hot pretty quickly. But for the bonfire this Halloween, it's going to be great. Well, let me put the mic up before I sip water. So we're going to go back to splitting some wood here. Autumn, you're funny as fuck. God damn. And those new emojis are cute as hell. It is starting to rain, so I'm gonna have to figure out where to put you guys and where I can safely mic. I might put the mic, let's put the mic under the wheelbarrow. And then really try hard not to forget it when we go to move the wheelbarrow later. Heck, I'm gonna put the microphone behind the wheel of the wheelbarrow. So we had some chunks of wood flying earlier. Going well. Oh, buggos. Dang it.
I guess there were a whole bunch of roly-polies in the bottom of that last split. They were all over the top of the log, so I had to broom them off. Poor guys. Come on, buddy. Come on. Be free. Cool. My problem seems to be I can't find a happy medium where I absolutely love going complete ape shit on these logs. Self-moderating, I was about to say, on this wood. And that's what I prefer doing. It's like when I was doing the backflip training for a while. I would just try as hard as I really needed to get my fat ass over. But it's not entertaining to me if it's easy. So I like to make it harder. And that results in these smaller pucks just flying everywhere and hitting my water bottle. So I've had my first damage to my water bottle. It's got a little scuff on the side. Now it looks real. But this log is about to be very tough. After it, we got a couple more easy ones. And then we got to bring some big boys. Maybe the boss, maybe not. We got to split some big logs. It's too much fun. At least before I get tired. Then we'll go back to easy ones. I don't want this one to beat me, but it might. Ooh, okay, we started the crack. I was depressed there for a second. We started. This is an 8-pound splitting maul. It's not the lightest thing, so for this oak to handle that is impressive. There we go. All right. Weird ass shapes. Okay, Mr. Log. Why do I feel like I'm a Bond villain? Mr. Log. Saying Mr. Bond. Oh, shit. not going to let this one win, but we got to change tactics. I think we need a lower base block to hit against because it's needing that last little bit of swing, I think. Resetting. That was a good hit. Let's see if I can work with this decayed area. You can just hear little bits of wood it's like after a mortar goes off. Just debris falling across the yard. But I got a good chunk off there, so let's keep whittling away at this. Having it lower helps, but I have to reset every time because my little log is, god damn it, the brace log is too small. Chunks. I think if we keep working it like that, we've got a chance. So we'll go back to the big log. Having that fire is nice. It's very nice. I heard you on the Hell Let Loose comment there, Autumn. Oh my gosh. I am defeated. That log is too gnarly for right now. It either needs to dry or just get burnt as is.
Oh, I'm sad. I don't like giving up, but that's a lot of effort to put into one log. I'm better off actually doing some real work here. Temperature in this area, autumn, is about, I think it was 55 this morning. So sub 20 degrees Celsius. Chilly if you don't have a jacket, but with a nice fire and an axe, keeping plenty warm. There's a better log. Too big for my little axe, for sure. Oh, yeah. She's nice. Splitting easy, honestly. Yeah, that's, I don't have to try very hard at that. Ooh, that got close to the knife. Need a little blast screen for the microphone. Let's try the small axe, actually. Some easy split. Very, very satisfying. The obviously the lighter the tool, the easier it is to swing. So if you've got logs that can be split by the small axe, you should probably use it so don't wear yourself out. But I don't care so much about the productivity, I'm more about having fun. So big maul it is usually. think I've decided to build as big of a fire as I can within reason to kind of stress test what that looks like if it stays under control, and then what that does to the grass underneath, so I can know for next weekend. Sounds good, Autumn. Hopefully doing your hair goes well. I found a big log to split. I left it end grain down in the dirt, so it's not been drying. It's been soaking up all the moisture from the ground. So it's pretty wet. We'll see what we can do with it. God damn it. God, you probably heard that when it hit the ground. Okay, we're probably going to work on the edges. pulley. Jesus. Wow. Here's the part where I huff and puff. Ooh. We got a split started, and it's going in a circle, so it's gonna take a big chunk. But this one side over here, I don't know if this was the crotch of the tree or what, but that grain is not splitting well. Oh, it is. It literally is. Okay. I see where the other branch started. How are you guys? Autumn, how's your hair going? Bong, do you have any more emojis coming? Junk, are you streaming more Mad Max tonight? Or are you gonna switch it up for the 24-hour? I'm just stalling. It's always nice when the hair goes better than expected. That's good. Yeah, I'm from the nursery rhyme. I'm gonna blow the house down. Oh yeah. Look at that big boy. That's some winning right there. Ooh, okay. Okay. Shit. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. I think I can split that. A little long, but we got her. Actually load my first chunks onto this drying rack. Sounds great, Autumn. Have a wonderful shift, and I will chat with you later. Okay, we're back. Swapped over to the IRL category. I figure we'll see what that does. Who knows? Oh, shoot. That's pretty dead. Oh, got another battle scar. Where is it?
Another big chunk. Another one. Sweet. More for the stand. The rain has stopped, and I kind of miss it. It was a little bit cooler with the rain. Not that it's warm out, but working up a sweat here. Yes. Ooh. Pardon me.
I'm not sure if I hit the mic on that last one. I think that was the most consistent I've ever been. It's like 5 or 6 hits in like a half-inch area. Wish my dart throwing could be as good. We're whittling down this log, kind of just taking chunks off the edge and working more to the center. The center's really soft, it's pretty rotten, so it's hard to split anything there. But I think after this log, I'll be officially warmed up and we'll take on the boss, which I'm really hoping isn't like this one. I hope it's easier, but it's not gonna be. I know it's not. It's been sitting on the ground just like this one was. Surprised.
Get worn out. That was a bad swing. You get worn out, you start getting a little less precise. It can get dangerous. Okay.
Well, we've whittled this one down quite a bit.
Now it's kind of just the less dry, sappy shit. So I think we'll kick this one to the side for a later day. Move on to the big boss and see how much our energy carries us through here. Actually, before we get to more splitting, I gotta show you guys this fire. So we're gonna go handheld here. How has exposure been? It's getting dark just a bit. All right, let's take a look at this. Sorry for the shaky cam. I don't really have a stabilizer. That's looking nice. What I really want to show you though is these edges. Those little holes at the top inject air that is pulled in from the holes at the bottom there. So it flows up in a inner wall, injects air at the top, and you get a second burn of the fire. That's why it burns so clean. I also wanted to point out that we have had our first casualty. Our first dent has been made. I guess a rogue chunk of wood must have hit it. Bit of a bummer, but I'm sure some bodywork tools would fix that right up if need be. But yeah, that's the fire. It's going good. Trying not to drip sweat on the camera. And I also wanted to get that shot before this rain picks up. So I'm going to guess focus. But I'll get my little focusing aid out. about somewhere in there.
I got pretty close. Really. Not bad. We'll sit kind of in there for exposure. Let's see what auto ISO. Yeah, it just goes crazy. That's alright. I've turned a bunch of settings off. So that's my bad. I can't really control that. We're getting a little bit of rain in from the side, but I think we'll be okay. It's just very light. Let me check on the battery life. We're at 47, so we're doing good. I think we're maybe a couple hours into this. So that's about 4 hours running the transmitter and the camera with a manual focus lens, so there's no power drawn for that. And then we're at 24 FPS. So probably about best case scenario, 1080p 24 FPS. So I'd say we're about best case scenario for our longevity on that battery. So we'll get some water, we'll roll the big boss log out here, and we'll get to chopping on that thing. I can tell you right now, this is gonna suck.
Here we go. Just had a chunk split off, hit the ground, bounce up, and then land in the fire. It knew where it belonged. This log is kicking my ass. We're going to start on this other edge. There's a little crack. Hopefully I can work back to it. get it to propagate down and then bring it around a little bit. That's good. Good little chunk. Move over a bit now. Ooh. I hope you guys are able to hear the crack on that one. That radiated through the log. That was cool. Some tough splitting. You know you've been swinging an axe a lot when your legs are what's sore and giving out. Ugh. Still got to get through this log though. There it is. Oh, so soft. Yes. Well, I'll know for next time. Keep the thin stainless sheet material far away from the radius of the swing. I've got another dent that's quite a bit bigger than this last one, which is upsetting. But that's how it goes. That's fine, it still works great.
It's a good workout if nothing else. I think we need to stick the mic back under the wheelbarrow. It's starting to rain again.
Hi, Bong. Yes, I've been behaving. Welcome back. I've been battling this log for probably the last 40 minutes or so. Now I'm about entirely worn out, but there's a big old pile of split log. So there's some success, but unfortunately I've missed a few times and I've hit my solo stove, so I've dented it in a couple of places. I might be able to fix those if I care enough, but it still works fine. So I'm just on the struggle bus at the moment, trying to recover between several swings. But we've got not a whole lot of log left. It was a big old thing, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Oh, the rain stopped. I can put you back up here. No, I haven't hit myself this time. I've done it once. Hit my steel toe boot on the toe just a little bit. But at that point, I knew I was trying too hard. I'd gone well past my stamina, which I need to keep in mind right now. Are you trying to tell me I'm just hungry
and I just need a Snickers. How's it go? You're not the same when you're hungry? Eat a Snickers, something like that? That's it. We did it. We beat the boss log. Tore up my yard a little bit. But, woo! I think I will probably just leave the stream running. Let the fire burn down a little bit. I'm going to start picking up. And then we'll put this fire out eventually. But feel free to hang out. But the splitting is done. I think we've managed all we can. I'm going to start these flatter sections. I'm going to stack off to one side and I'll split them again later. But at least they'll be able to dry out a little bit easier now. So I think we'll turn the mic gain up. Or maybe I'll just wear it. That might work well, and then I can bring the chat out with me since it's not raining as much anymore. I know you said Kit Kat. I was just thinking of the advertising for Snickers. I do have some Snickers somewhere. But I think there's some pot roast left over. I'm gonna eat that. That will fuel me. Okay, so I'm gonna grab all the little chunks, or the weird ones that seem like they'll be kind of tricky to burn, or at least stack. And I'm gonna make a pile of those somewhere. It's crazy how far these chunks of wood go. There's actually one back by the camera. That one rolled all the way back and hit the house. One of those oak ones from earlier. Let me double check audio. Check. Yeah, seems reasonable. Any plans on streaming this weekend, Mom? Hey Katie, welcome in. You've missed all of my energy from earlier, but we've been streaming outside and I've been splitting wood for the past, let me see how long stream's been going for. Probably about the past 2.5 hours, which is honestly pretty good work for me. So we have a little setup here. We've got, oh, there's a raindrop. An autumnal shade of orange. To your right is a mum, which is still flowering. And then on the left, camera left, we have a fire going. It's burning down at this point. I'm trying to let it burn out. Fire going. We were throwing little chunks as we split them off. And then the axe is a prop. I did use it, but it's kind of there to catch anybody that's dropping in. They know what the heck's going on. Haha, 420. Streaming in about 4 hours. Busy making more emotes and sound redeems. Nice. Sounds good. So yeah, we're just cleaning up right now, Katie. It'll be
I'm pretty worn out, so it'll be a little bit of a slow process. I'm trying to grab all the little chunks that I can see, or the ones that'll be kind of weird, trying to burn them. And I'm putting them all in the wheelbarrow and I'll go dump them somewhere for later. And then anything that's easier to stack, I'll be putting on the wood rack that we built during the stream warm-up time. So I think maybe might be a few more little odds and ends around, but I think we've made some good progress here. I'm actually not sure where I want to dump all these. I guess I could throw them. There's a pile back there. I'll throw it on the pile. Once they're split like this, they should dry a little bit easier. And I've got some, I don't know if they're cedar bushes or what, but they keep water out a little bit. And then they soak up water from the soil beneath. So it's not the worst place to leave logs. It was really fun. Bong, you've played a little bit of Valheim. When I first was cutting down this tree and throwing all these logs together, they were clinking. They had a really, it sounded like the bowling pins when they get struck. But it was so much fun throwing all these chunks of wood into this pile. I had been playing Valheim at the time, and it was kind of giving me a hankering for it. All right, I think we can try to dump this now. See how we do. Did all right. Okay, got the wheelbarrow empty now. I think I'll just load up these longer, flatter pieces that might stack well. And then I'll take them back to get loaded onto the rack behind me. Yeah, we cut the tree down Labor Day, so late summer, 2024. So it's been over a year that some of this wood has been seasoning. And it was right off the edge of the house, and I felt like I was being really proactive cutting that tree down. And my buddy was doing all the climbing work, cutting it, I was doing all the work on the ground. And he cut back a little ways and took a larger limb and yelled down to me that it was rotten all the way to the top of the tree. So I'm really, really glad we got ahead on that, because where that tree was located and where the prevailing winds tend to come from, it may have hit my house. Well, probably definitely would have hit my house, but it absolutely would have demolished my neighbor's house. And that's no fun. It's better to be proactive and responsible instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting on stuff like that. But I tell you, this solo stove is kicking ass. All that wood I've thrown in there is just probably 95% of it has burnt away. And the last little bit charcoalizes and then it ashes over. So there's really not going to be much cleanup. You'd have no idea how much wood I actually threw in here, because we threw a bunch. We had a good fire going earlier. Probably so good you couldn't see me very well through it.
All right, we're gonna start loading this rack a little bit. Bong says Valheim gave her such PTSD because she died a few times. Well, isn't that any game? I mean, you die in Minecraft. Scarily sometimes too, with creepers and whatnot. Yeah, but Valheim is tough. I get that. Yeah, Katie, I'm glad I cut it down. That was one of the better investments I've ever made. Because we had, I think, just later that season, we had a really strong windstorm. And my neighbor's tree, which is a silver maple, and those are very good at losing limbs. It was dropping all kinds of limbs in theirs and my yard. So of course I went over and took whatever I could to burn later. That's kind of been fun lately, is I have a little electric chainsaw, which is nice and quiet, always starts, because I use the same batteries, they're always charged for other things. So if there's a limb halfway down the block near the sidewalk, I'll just go snag it, cut it up, throw it in the wheelbarrow, and cart it back here to dry it out and burn it later. It's a lot of fun. So when I was doing my getting back into backflips and filming those weekly videos, I made sure to film the wood pile, which is to the left of me. There's a big pile of wood on a pallet. And the thought was, over the weeks as I was doing that, I'd probably have fires every now and then, and the wood pile would start to dwindle down. So as I would edit the video and show like progression, like I had one idea of framing myself in front of the wood pile, and then I would cut to the same part of the flip across like a month, or I guess even the 3 months or whatever I was doing. So it'd just be me like floating in the air, or maybe I'd edit little sections of the flip. So I do like one flip, but the motion is from 3 months of effort. But you'd see there'd be an evidence of the passing time, because the wood pile would dwindle down. And it kind of worked a little bit. I haven't edited those videos into anything, because that project, like many of mine, kind of fizzled out. But it has inspired new projects. I think the main issue is my workflow with my camera became very difficult. So I've reworked my workflow, and I'm working on different things now. It's starting to rain again, so I'll need to kind of watch if I'm going to keep chat out here with me. Minecraft is so scary. It can be. I guess, if I'm being fair, I've played Minecraft for, oh God, about to age myself. 16 years? Is that even possible? I think I was 12 or something. I may not be doing my math right. But I guess I'm, in a way, a bit of a veteran. Played for a while. So, okay, the deep dark did scare me. The deep dark does scare me. I had to finally muscle up and take it on once. Get over my fear of it a little bit. But it's still scary if I hear the little chirps of the sensors when I'm mining. I absolutely freeze. But we've got a pretty good haul from today. I spent a lot of time on one little oak log, and I didn't want it to beat me, but I had to let it go because it was gonna take all my energy to not have any split wood. So I'm pretty happy. Let me double check if you guys can actually see the progress in the background here. Yeah,
Yeah, you should be able to. So technically I need to call you Uncle Fi. Oh, dang. I guess, whatever. Little umbrella, but for your phone. That could work. Okay, yeah, you guys have a great view. You guys have a great view of the wood stacking up. I'm actually really happy with that. I think I've been off frame for most of the wood splitting. At least I have been. So it's kind of sad I didn't think of that. But at least we have a really good view of our progress here. Okay, some of these are going to be too small again, so let's start loading up the itty bitties. How have you been, Katie? Anything new with you? This will be hard to burn. Well, maybe I can stack it. Will it fit there? Yeah, okay, perfect. Here's another couple small ones. Cart this back off to the pile. The little ones pile off to the left. That's pretty good. I think I hear somebody's air conditioner running, and it's kind of tripping me up because it's like, I think Katie, you're in the UK, so Celsius probably works for you. It's like less than 20 Celsius. It's like 50, low 50s Fahrenheit. So it's weird to hear an air conditioner running. They must have it cranked super cold. All right, I'm gonna grab some more of these large ones and hope that I'm able to squeeze them in. Not all of them look like they're gonna stack very well, which is a little bit sad, but we'll make do. I was saying this earlier, but it's funny how my arms right now don't feel all that sore, but my quads feel incredibly sore. You wouldn't expect your legs to get sore from swinging an axe, but it always seems to happen. I guess maybe I just use, I don't know, my arms recover more, or they don't wear out as easily. But you'd think it'd be your arms and your core, probably. Actually, that's kind of interesting. My core does not feel very sore, which I'm really happy about because I have concerns about my core stability. But we worked on that a bunch through the backflip challenge, and that was just every week hammering core, basically. Every weekend I was probably doing 15 to 20 backflips, successfully or unsuccessfully, which is just basically a hit workout. Pure explosive efforts, back to back to back to back. But it's fun. I need to get back to that. I want to do, so I have a bike race that I'm going to enter, and I think today is, so today is 1 year from that race date, and I want to do a video of kind of my getting ready for that, like physical prep, basically. And I want it to cover some of the typical diet trends, because I've tried some, and I want to give the perspective to people that I have now discovered that the diet is not the long-term solution. I think that's becoming a more popular idea, but I think it would be interesting to hear that from somebody that is not completely in shape. And I have been really skinny. 3 years ago, I went on a crash diet and got really skinny and basically just lost a bunch of muscle. So I never really saw the progress that I wanted except on the scale. So it was pretty disordered. It'd definitely be in the range of an eating disorder. And once I hit my goal, I kind of just went back to my old habits, and that creeped into gaining back the weight, which at this point I've been managing a little bit. So having a goal is going to be good for me, but I think the purpose of that video will be to show people we're going to focus more on mindsets, healthy mindsets, I should say, because there's very unhealthy mindsets too. But that will be kind of what we explore, and it's a year-long process, and it's based around my physical performance at the end of that. So we have to maintain muscle, we have to build muscle, coordination and stamina. So that'll be an interesting challenge, is how do I approach that? What modern advice can I try along that timeline? And what's a waste of my time, and what parts of crash diets can you maybe work with? Because a lot of them are very appealing, like intermittent fasting, just skip a meal. Things like that are very helpful. Oh my God, it's 6 degrees. Another normal person that uses Celsius. All right. Nothing new. You went to oh, chat moved. Nothing new. You went to... Wow, chat, stop. Not you guys. My little scroll keeps messing up. Nothing new. You went to Costco earlier and there was a deal on the Switch 2. Your friend wanted one so you could play Mario Kart. Fun. Oh, that's awesome. And now my chat's gone crazy again. Thank you, Twitch. Excellent app. Makes sense that your legs would feel it because you're slightly squatting every time you swing the axe. That's true. That's true. It's like you would kind of bend and, like you said, squat. I just had this sudden burst of energy, which I know is a lie, but I kind of want to split another log. We actually haven't done any with me mic'd up. I think we had the mic off the whole time, which made it a little bit harder to interact with you guys. So I think we're still in focus here. So let's do a little more chopping. I'll find a good log. Maybe a good little oak log to kind of, to really wear myself out on. Watch me bring out like the smallest log you guys could imagine. Okay, this one's not too bad. Looks like it's straight grained. Some of these I've grabbed and they're not. They have like a little knot growing off the side. And I'd hit it, and that's when I would dent my freaking fire pit, is I'd hit the edge, the head of the axe would follow the grain, it'd deflect, I'd hit the ground, and it'd have way too much energy because it never got absorbed. So I'm basically swinging full force. But this is a little oak round. Let's see what we can do on this guy. Oh, damn. Oh, I think we got a good crack. Yeah, we got a crack. So we'll work that back. work the crack back. That sounds like a new... Never mind. Yeah, there we go. She's splitting. This is a tiny log, really. It's not very hard to split, but it's also not very dry. There we go. A couple good chunks. Making more cleanup for myself. Silly. Okay. Now I'm tired again. Go figure. I think we got a good crack there. Yeah, it's about separated. So that should come apart. We'll roll it over here, see what we can do. It's kind of hanging together, which might be good. It's keeping it up on the log. Victory! Oops. This, for anybody watching the VOD or any other content I make out of this, is an 8-pound splitting maul from Husky. It's pretty badass. Works really well. I haven't needed to use a splitting wedge yet, but there's probably times it would have been worth it. Dang it. Well, at least we can kind of split that. Have some leverage now. Dang it. Can't quite get that last. There we go. If I could actually hit my mark, it'd be a lot easier. I keep missing it, and then I make more work for myself. That went well, though. Chi-Chi! Welcome in. God dang, I'm glad I got back to splitting wood. Otherwise you would have been like, what the hell's this guy doing? So yeah, we've got a setup going. I've been swinging an axe for the last 2 hours, but we have a flowering orange mum to your right, to camera right. To the left, we have a fire that's burning out. And then we have my little water bottle. We had a prop. We'd kind of leave an axe there so people knew what the heck was going on. And then all this wood on the wood rack has been split today. And there's actually even more. It's the short chunks, like what I've gotten here. I've been throwing those in the back. I guess since Chi-Chi's here, we gotta split another log. Dang it. I keep saying I'm done, and then I get another, like, 8th wind. I grab another oak log. This is actually from my parents' house. They had a few branches taken out, and I requested the wood, and the tree trimmers were ecstatic, because apparently they have to pay to get rid of the wood, so they technically made more money. But I guess there was some kind of miscommunication, because I wanted 18-inch rounds, So when I split it, it makes sense for firewood. That's like a 16, or I think it's maybe 14 to 18 inches. It's pretty standard. And I ended up with like 9-inch to 12-inch, which is fine. I can burn it, but it's a lot more swings of the axe. Do man things with your man tools and speak man. Yeah, I might even mansplain and manspread after this. Just you wait. I haven't split these very well with the little axe, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, that freaking worked. Damn it. I could have been doing that this whole time. I've been swinging the 8-pound splitting maul for this shit. Holy. Damn it. That's so easy. Here. Hear the wood splitting. So yeah, we started the stream. Chi-Chi, I'll show you. This is kind of fun. And Katie too. I don't think you got to see this. So I bought a little letterboard. And this was how we introduced stream. It was further up, so the background was way out of focus. But yeah, a little letterboard saying what was going on. And then I was in the background for like 45 minutes, cussing and fussing, trying to build this wood rack in the background. But we got it built. We got things done. I'll chop on a couple more logs here. How have you been, Chi-Chi? Are you going to be streaming later? Is it possible to split 2 logs at once? Maybe not these 2. What do you think? What do you guys think? If I stack 2 and then I use the maul, do you think we'll get through both? Let's see. I'll give her a good whack. Hopefully it doesn't hit the fire pit again. Oh, no. It nicked the second one, but it didn't even crack it. That's fun, though. Yeah. Using just the maul on these little ones doesn't make sense. I had one of these logs hit my house. It just kept rolling. I thought it was going to hit the camera for a split second. But yeah, Chi-Chi, we are, and Katie, I don't think you heard the intro part, but we're wireless today on that camera, and that reminds me I better check the battery life. So we're still good on audio, about half battery. We've got 32% on the big battery. So that's pretty good. I will check exposure. I think we're a little under. So let's lift that. Call that good. Good deal. It's raining more than it's rained so far today. Maybe you guys can hear the rain on the fire. I probably shouldn't hold the dead cat so close, that shit's gonna catch on fire, but yeah, it's nice out here. Cool weather, working up a sweat. Got a good little fire going. Ooh, that last log finally broke apart. So we've really burnt this down. That's awesome. So Chi-Chi, I have a Halloween party this Halloween, this Friday. And we're gonna have a bonfire. So part of this has been a test to see if I absolutely give her on the fire, is it gonna burn up the grass? Might even play Rocket League. Oh, thank you, Katie. I'm going to allow that, chat. That's a good chat, even with the misspelling. My, the base auto mod is ridiculous. Use a sledgehammer to break it. Okay. So the mall has a sledge on the back. Do I have to split a full round like the ones we just did? Or can I split a half one? Because the half one's a lot easier. I can get a full one though. We've got some decent sized ones. Okay. Sounds like big one. This is thin, so kind of cheaty. But let's give this a try. So yeah, one end is wedge shaped, the other end is not. So let's see if they break just from flat impact. This feels so weird to swing, the balance is different. The bark fell off and it marked it, but it didn't crack it. Let's try a few more times. Ooh, we split it. Look at that. So we broke it in half. Yeah, we don't need the frickin'... We could put a rock on a stick. We could do this shit. What the hell? I spent like 30 bucks on this thing. Oh, God. Well, it flies about as far as it would otherwise, which is weird. But yes, confirmed. Can split very thin puck of wood with sledge. Yay again. Okay. Do we have to try a longer? I don't think a longer one's going to split. So that would be lots of oohs. We might need some water before that though. This one's maybe 30% thicker on the grading scale of however the hell it looks. I'm pretty impressed with the wireless rig though. So there's a wireless HDMI transmitter that is going through my entire house to the where the streaming setup is, and as far as I can tell, it's not dropped even a little bit, and even the microphone is actually just about able to reach in there. So when I was setting up stream, I could monitor my own audio, and it was actually streaming out here, hopping on the HDMI transmission, and then coming back to the computer. Okay, flat side again, the rain's picking up. Thicker round, but it looks like it's maybe dried better. The cracks are a little bit larger, so maybe we get lucky here. Oh no, that's probably not gonna go well. But I've been wrong before. God damn. Not even a crack. We knocked some bark off. I'm gonna see if I get closer to the edge, if it can lop off a section, like I do with the big old boss log we took out earlier. No, not even. We did kind of crack. Maybe not. How many more hits? Sturdy boy. Thank you for the research, doctor. The man stuff with the scientific mansplaining is giving Breaking Bad. I don't mansplain. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. It sounded different. I don't know if you guys heard it. It sounded more hollow. Maybe I'm not hearing it right. That's like 5 or 6 hits right in the middle. No luck. I'm gonna call it there. This thickness cannot do with sledge. Let's try it with the regular side. Still, it's a tough log. There she goes. Had a little bit of a wavy grain pattern. We had one earlier that I was showing was really cool. It had these little swirls. They look like how water spins around a rock or something. Super cool. I think I'll swap to the easy mode axe, and I'm gonna put this bad boy up. It is so nice here in this fire. Sizzle away with the water raining on it. Maybe if I figure out how to do it, I could have like a fire cam or like a fire microphone. Just mix the audio in so you guys can hear the environment a little bit better. That might actually not be a bad idea. Have a bunch of mics spread around that are all really close to the source, so I'm not picking up all the road noise. And we had like some construction traffic earlier or something. It's annoying. Oh yeah. Okay, as long as nobody else new joins the chat, I think we'll be done swinging this axe. Big chunk flew off. Heading out, bang. And go get everything set up. Thank you, Bong. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, we'll probably be wrapped up pretty shortly here. I think I just hit my watch was buzzing. 604 zone minutes, which is actually a lot for me. Probably don't end a day with more than 100 usually on a normal day, so that's pretty good. Easy mode axe. Just can't miss. You don't want to fall short like I just did. But thank you for stopping by as well, Chi-Chi. Happy you got to catch some of this live. I meant to do this last night. I was getting everything set up, and then I ran into an audio issue, which I thought was the HDMI capture card. And it turned out I just had way too many USB devices in OBS, and it was overloading to the point that every little bit of USB transmitted audio was stuttery. So got that fixed. But yeah, this was going to be the vibe. But last night when it was sunset, so you'd have the firelight going, and that lens gets really bright. So I was hoping I could actually set up the mood. It's kind of fun when the axe sticks. But yeah, we've made some good progress. I already had plenty of wood for Friday, but now we have even more. So we're going to whittle down through these few chunks that came off. We'll dump that in the pile, and then we will probably end the stream. that's cool. It's like a branch growing from the very middle. And that was holding it together and I just happened to catch it. Ooh, that's a tough one. How did we freaking get that one earlier? Oh yeah, she's kind of, well, no. I don't know. Maybe I need to sharpen the axe. Not that I've ever sharpened it. All right, last chunk, I think. Perfect. The axe sticking in and everything. So, let me see if there's any last chats to check in with. Alrighty. Thank you guys for tuning in to the backyard stream. This was a lot of fun. A lot of work to set up, but fun still. I think we'll have to do this again, hopefully in the evening, one of these nights, maybe when it's cold, so the fire is a little more necessary. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's some good progress. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will see you guys in the next stream or the next video on YouTube. Have a good day, evening, morning, whatever works. Now you guys get to hear me walk all the way back to my computer to actually end stream. Bye, Katie. Thanks for dropping by. And I still got to put this fire out. I need to fill up a watering can or something. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much. If you can still hear me, have a great time.